If you're wondering how you should resign, what you need to say, what you need to prepare beforehand, you are in luck because here is a step-by-step guide on how to resign the right way. Hey, welcome back. This is Matt from Elevation Career, helping you in your job search through proven practical strategies. Resignation can be difficult. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you're not even sure what to say other than I resign. But how you handle your exit speaks volumes about your character and can have a direct impact on maintaining your long-term professional relationships. But not to worry, because in this video, I'll be leading you through every step of the process and exactly what you need to do. By the end, you will have super clear idea and confidence to handle your resignation with ease. Number one, do not tell anyone in your company beforehand. The first thing I'd like to emphasize is do not tell anyone that you're going to quit before the actual resignation. Even if you're super close with some of your colleagues, do not tell them until you speak to your boss first. You never know who will find out, and the last thing you want is for your boss to hear about it through the grapevine. It could make him or her feel betrayed and or disrespected, and it'll make the whole experience that much more awkward. Number two, resign over a face-to-face meeting. Once you have made a decision and you're sure and ready to resign, I recommend that you schedule a meeting with your manager. It's just professional etiquette, and it'll be more advantageous for you in the long run, as it'll help you leave a better impression and maintain a positive relationship. Even if you feel a bit awkward and uncomfortable, it's almost always better to do it face to face, whether in person or over Zoom if you're not in the same locations. Number three, what to say during the meeting. Now that you have scheduled a face-to-face meeting, what are you supposed to say? Remember, the primary reason you want to resign in a meeting is because of the relationship you want to maintain. So focus on the positives. Some of you may be tempted to use resignation as a chance to get back at your boss if you have had a negative experience at work. Even if your reasons may be justifiable, resist the temptation to let your emotion get the better of you because it's simply not worth it. How you resign and how you handle yourself as you leave say more about your maturity than the other person. And while your actions may be understandable, your colleagues or even other senior managers who witness the way you conduct yourself will have a negative perception of you. And these are people whom you may have to work with in the future. Your boss is typically someone with more years of experience, and as a result, they probably know a lot more people than you in the same industry. You want to make allies for your career, not enemies. I suggest starting the meeting with expressing your gratitude. Think about what you're thankful for. The opportunity to work, the growth, things you learned, all the help you received, your colleagues, and etc. And focus on them instead of things that you were unhappy with. One word of caution. As much as you may feel is the right time, resignation is not the place to provide your constructive criticism. If you genuinely care about the organization and want the firm to improve, you can suggest these ideas while you're still with them and while you can still contribute to making the change. Once you have resigned, however, those suggestions will not have an impact on you anyway, and if anything, they will likely be viewed as blaming or complaining. Also, express your willingness to help with the transition and offer your assistance to make it as smooth as possible. Most managers will be genuinely grateful to hear that. Number four, send a written letter. The next thing you need to do is to send a written letter to your manager. Your resignation is not official until you send a written letter by email. Make sure that you clearly communicate that you're writing to resign from your position. Again, express your gratitude for the opportunity to work at the firm and that you'd be happy to offer your help during the transition. Number five, ask to keep in touch with your colleagues. Relationships and professional networking are some of the biggest assets you possess. And what better source than your ex-colleagues with whom you spent so much of your time already? Once you have resigned, do inform your colleagues and ask to keep in touch. In addition to just sending one mass email to everyone, sending personalized messages and connecting with them on LinkedIn could go a long way in helping you keeping in touch and staying connected. Number six, give your best until the last day. Even after the resignation, you're still working for the firm until your last day. Even though it's easy to slack off, you want to give it your best until the last day. Your boss will remember how you spent your last few weeks before leaving. Also, your colleagues, who now have to take on more responsibilities after your departure, will greatly appreciate your effort to share knowledge, provide training and tips so they can pick up the new pieces more easily. As a thank you for still watching the video, I'm going to share some really helpful tips you should keep in mind when resigning. But before we get to that, if you found this video helpful, please click the like button below and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thank you so much. Tip number 1, make sure to secure your personal documents and possessions before resigning. Any personal possessions, whether physical or digital, make sure you file all the important things before resigning. This is because the employer may terminate your employment immediately and restrict your access right away. Though it's not common, it does happen. From your notebooks, iPad, to even your favorite mug, make sure you bring home anything that you need to use immediately. Even your personal files, photos, intellectual property, basically anything that you worked on or developed for your personal use, personal emails, samples of your best work that potential employers could find impressive, file them away because you may not have access to them after you quit. A big word of caution: never take anything that belongs to the company, such as proprietary information, company data, and etc. for obvious reasons. You should only take your own belongings that you've accumulated in your office over the years. Also, remember to delete any sensitive information you don't want other people to access, including your passwords, your financial data, that we all know we shouldn't store in the company computer in the first place, but we all do anyway, myself included. So remember to delete such data. Tip number 2, do not disclose information about your new job. As much as you want to maintain a positive relationship with your old employer, you should also keep a clear boundary. There's absolutely no reason to disclose any information about your new opportunity, including the company name, the name of the manager, the industry, and in fact, anything at all. All you have to say is that you're moving on to a new opportunity, and that's it. And then, after you start in your new job and pass probation, then you can always reach out to the previous boss or your colleagues and update them if you choose to. But until then, do not close any such information. It's a small world, and you never know if what you share can be used against you. So again, it's best just to keep it to yourself until you have started with the new firm and have found your footing first. And the last tip, how about counteroffers? A great question. At first, receiving a counteroffer may be surprising, and it may make you feel special that the employer will go out of their way to make these arrangements. However, it's actually quite a common practice because it's simply easier and cheaper for the company to pay a little bit more to retain the existing talent instead of having to go out and finding someone brand new. Having said that, of course, each case is different. Previously, I made a detailed video about the pros and cons of accepting a counteroffer. If you want to know more so you can make an informed decision for your specific situation, make sure to check out the video on this screen. I will leave the link down below too. Thanks for watching.